Taking responsibility for your life and actions is the cornerstone of achieving success. It's the fundamental shift that separates those who are successful from those who merely wish for success. When you take full responsibility, you stop blaming circumstances, other people, or even fate for where you are in life. Instead, you acknowledge that everything that happens to you is, in some way, a result of the choices you have made or the actions you have taken or failed to take. This realization is incredibly powerful because it gives you control over your future. When you accept responsibility for your life, you stop being a passive participant. You stop being at the mercy of life's events. You realize that you are the one who determines how your story unfolds. It doesn't matter where you came from, what challenges you face, or how many obstacles are in your way. What matters is how you respond. If you're not where you want to be in life, taking responsibility allows you to change the course of your journey. Responsibility means acknowledging that every choice you make shapes your future. If you are unhappy with your current situation, it's important to recognize that you have the power to change it. Too often, people blame their circumstances, upbringing, or external factors for their current situation. While these things may influence you, they do not define you. What defines you is what you choose to do next. You can choose to change your habits, your mindset, and the actions you take every day to steer your life in a different direction. When you take responsibility, you also take control of your decisions. Instead of waiting for opportunities to come to you, you create opportunities. You take ownership of your career, your relationships, your health, and your financial situation. When things go wrong, instead of looking for someone or something to blame, you look at what you could have done differently and learn from it. This mindset shift is crucial for growth. The successful don't make excuses or blame others. They make adjustments, find solutions, and move forward. Taking responsibility also involves understanding the impact of your decisions on others. It's not just about you. It's about the people you interact with and the communities you're part of. When you take responsibility, you become aware of how your actions ripple out to others. You realize that your success and your failures affect the people around you, and that you have a duty to lead by example. By taking responsibility, you become someone others can rely on, someone who leads with integrity and accountability. Furthermore, taking responsibility means being honest with yourself. It's easy to make excuses and convince ourselves that things are out of our control. But deep down, we know the truth. If we want to make a real change in our lives, we must confront our own shortcomings and limitations. We need to accept the areas where we are falling short and commit to improving them. This can be uncomfortable at first, but it is also liberating. Once you accept responsibility for your actions, you no longer need to hide from your mistakes. Instead, you embrace them as opportunities for growth. When you take responsibility for your life, you also develop resilience. Life will throw challenges at you. This is inevitable. But when you take responsibility, you develop the ability to overcome those challenges. Instead of seeing setbacks as roadblocks, you see them as learning opportunities. You understand that failure is not final. It's just a part of the process. The key is to get back up, make adjustments, and keep moving forward. This mindset of resilience is essential for success. When you are responsible for your own actions, you take ownership of your ability to bounce back and adapt. Taking responsibility is also about mastering your time. Time is one of the most valuable resources we have, and how we use it determines the quality of our lives. If you want to achieve success, you must take responsibility for how you spend your time. Stop procrastinating. Stop wasting time on things that don't serve your goals, and start using every moment to work toward your vision. When you take responsibility for your time, you become more intentional in your actions, more focused, and more productive. Another aspect of taking responsibility is owning your mindset. Your thoughts and beliefs shape your reality. If you think that success is impossible or that you're not good enough, you'll find evidence to support those beliefs. But if you take responsibility for your mindset and choose to believe that success is within your reach, you'll begin to see opportunities everywhere. A responsible mindset means controlling your thoughts, beliefs, and emotions. It's about cultivating a positive, growth-oriented outlook on life. This responsibility to your mindset is one of the most powerful tools you have in your journey to success. Taking responsibility also means embracing personal growth. Success doesn't come from staying in your comfort zone. It comes from pushing yourself to grow, to learn new things, and to constantly improve. When you take responsibility, you accept that growth is a lifelong process. You commit to always improving yourself and striving to become better. This means embracing discomfort, stepping into the unknown, and being open to change. Growth often happens outside of your comfort zone, and by taking responsibility for your personal development, you open yourself up to new opportunities and experiences. Lastly, taking responsibility is about living with integrity. It means doing what you say you're going to do, even when it's hard. It means being accountable for your actions and taking ownership of your mistakes. When you live with integrity, you build trust with others and with yourself. You become someone people can count on, someone who doesn't make excuses but takes action. Integrity is the foundation of all great achievements because it gives you the strength to persevere even when things get tough. Taking responsibility for your life and actions is the single most empowering thing you can do. It puts you in the driver's seat of your own life and gives you the power to create the future you want. When you take responsibility, you become the person who makes things happen, who overcomes obstacles, and who builds success through deliberate and intentional action. The moment you take full responsibility for your life, success will no longer be something you hope for, it will be something you create. Setting clear and compelling goals is one of the most powerful actions you can take on your journey to success. Success is not a random event that happens by chance. It is the result of a deliberate, focused effort toward a clearly defined objective. Without clear goals, you are essentially drifting in the vast sea of life with no compass to guide you. But when you set clear goals, you create a roadmap that helps you navigate the challenges, distractions, and uncertainties that will inevitably come your way. This roadmap provides you with direction, focus, and motivation, making it much easier to achieve the success you desire. The first key to setting clear goals is to define exactly what you want to achieve. You need to be specific. Success doesn't come from vague desires like, I want to be successful or I want to be rich. These are too broad and non-specific to guide your actions. Instead, you need to break down your larger vision into specific, measurable, and achievable goals. For example, instead of saying, I want to make more money, you could say, I want to increase my income by 20% over the next year by starting a side business. The more specific your goal, the clearer the path will be to achieve it. Once you have clearly defined your goals, the next step is to break them down into smaller, manageable steps. Big goals can feel overwhelming if you don't break them down into smaller tasks. By breaking your goal into smaller milestones, you create a series of actionable steps that are easier to tackle. Each small step brings you closer to your ultimate goal, and accomplishing these small tasks gives you a sense of progress and momentum. This momentum is crucial because it keeps you motivated and focused on the next step. Without breaking your goals down, you risk feeling paralyzed by the enormity of the task at hand. Next, it's important to set a timeline for achieving your goals. Having a deadline creates a sense of urgency and encourages you to take consistent action. A timeline helps you stay accountable to yourself as it forces you to measure your progress and make adjustments if needed. When you set a specific timeline, you can track how much time you have left and make sure you stay on track. Deadlines are like markers on a race course, guiding you and reminding you of the pace you need to maintain in order to cross the finish line. However, it's not enough to just set goals and timelines. You need to stay flexible and adapt when necessary. Life rarely unfolds exactly as planned. There will be challenges, setbacks, and unforeseen obstacles that might prevent you from reaching your goals on the timeline you initially set. This is where resilience and adaptability come in. Instead of abandoning your goal when things get tough, you need to adjust your approach, reevaluate your methods, and keep moving forward. Being flexible doesn't mean lowering your standards. It means finding alternative paths to your goal when the original route becomes blocked. Another key to setting compelling goals is to make sure they are aligned with your values and passions. Goals that are not aligned with what truly matters to you are far less motivating and harder to achieve. If your goal is to start a business but you have no passion for what you're selling, you will struggle to maintain the energy and focus required to succeed. On the other hand, when your goals are deeply connected to your passions and values, they become a source of motivation that fuels you, even in the face of adversity. Success will feel less like a chore and more like an exciting journey when you are working towards something that excites you and aligns with your core beliefs. In addition to being aligned with your values, your goals should also be realistic. It's important to challenge yourself, but it's equally important to set goals that are achievable. Setting a goal that is too far out of reach can lead to frustration and disappointment, while setting a goal that is too easy can lead to complacency. Striking the right balance between challenging yourself and setting realistic expectations is crucial. Stretch yourself enough to grow, but be mindful of your current circumstances and resources. Once your goals are set, you must write them down. Putting your goals on paper helps to crystallize your intentions and reinforces your commitment. It serves as a constant reminder of what you are working toward. Writing down your goals also forces you to take a step back and evaluate whether your goals are truly meaningful, specific, and achievable. When you write your goals, you create a physical manifestation of your aspirations that you can revisit whenever you need motivation or a reminder of your purpose. Keep your written goals somewhere visible, such as on your desk or in your planner, so that you are constantly reminded of them. Accountability is another important aspect of goal setting. When you share your goals with someone else, you create an additional layer of motivation and responsibility. This person can be a friend, mentor, or colleague who holds you accountable for your progress. The act of reporting back on your progress helps you stay focused and disciplined. It also provides you with support and encouragement when you face difficulty. Having someone to check in with can make the difference between following through on your goals and letting them slip by the wayside. Finally, as you work toward your goals, don't forget to celebrate the small wins along the way. Every time you accomplish a milestone, take a moment to acknowledge your success. Celebrating small victories helps maintain your enthusiasm and reinforces the habit of success. These celebrations don't have to be big or extravagant. Simply taking a moment to reflect on what you've accomplished boosts your morale and reminds you that you are on the right track. Setting clear and compelling goals is not just a strategy for achieving success, it's a way of life. It gives you direction, focus, and motivation to keep moving forward, even when challenges arise. The more clear and compelling your goals are, the easier it will be to take consistent action, measure progress, and adapt when necessary. With clear goals in place, success is not just something you dream about, it becomes something you make happen every day. Investing in yourself is the single most powerful decision you can make on your path to success. It is an investment that never depreciates, and the returns are immeasurable. Too often, people focus on external factors, their business, their job, or their financial situation, but the most valuable asset you will ever possess is you. When you invest in yourself, you are ensuring that you have the skills, mindset, and resilience necessary to navigate the challenges of life and to seize the opportunities that come your way. One of the most important ways to invest in yourself is through continuous learning. Knowledge is power, and the more you learn, the more capable you become of handling a variety of situations. This could mean reading books, taking courses, attending seminars, or seeking mentorship from those who have already achieved the level of success you aspire to reach. The more you know, the more options you have at your disposal. It's easy to get complacent with what we know, but real growth comes from pushing yourself to learn new things. Whether it's learning a new language, a new skill, or gaining expertise in a particular field, knowledge broadens your horizons and opens new doors. Learning doesn't stop at traditional education. In fact, the most successful people are often lifelong learners. They don't just rely on formal education, but actively seek out new opportunities to expand their understanding. This could involve learning from your experiences, observing others, or staying current with industry trends. In a world that is constantly changing, staying relevant means continually upgrading your skills and knowledge. Those who stop learning become stagnant, while those who keep learning evolve and grow. Another crucial aspect of investing in yourself is developing your emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence, or EQ, is your ability to understand and manage your own emotions, as well as recognize and influence the emotions of others. High emotional intelligence helps you build stronger relationships, make better decisions, and navigate stressful situations with ease. It is an often overlooked but vital skill that can make a huge difference in both your personal and professional life. Investing in your emotional intelligence means becoming self-aware, understanding what triggers your emotions, how to regulate them, and how to respond to others. It also means developing empathy, which is the ability to put yourself in someone else's shoes and understand their feelings and perspectives. People with high EQ are better at building trust, handling conflicts, and communicating effectively. As you develop your emotional intelligence, you become better equipped to handle the challenges that life throws at you and build more meaningful connections with others. Physical health is another key area to invest in. Your body is the vehicle that carries you through life, and without good health, all the wealth, success, and achievements in the world won't matter. Taking care of your body through proper nutrition, regular exercise, and adequate rest is essential for maintaining the energy and focus you need to succeed. Investing in your physical health also means taking care of your mental health. The two are intrinsically linked. When you feel physically good, you are more likely to have a positive mindset, and when your mental health is in check, you are more motivated to take care of your body. Many successful people attribute their achievements not just to hard work, but to their physical well-being. A strong, healthy body enables you to work longer hours, think more clearly, and perform at your best. A balanced life that includes physical activity and time for self-care is the foundation for long-term success. If you neglect your health, you are not only hurting your present self, but also jeopardizing your future success. Personal development is another area where investing in yourself pays huge dividends. Personal development is about becoming the best version of yourself, recognizing your strengths, identifying your weaknesses, and actively working to improve. This could involve developing a positive mindset, building resilience, learning how to manage stress, or improving your self-discipline. Personal development helps you grow as a person, not just as a professional. It's about cultivating habits and mindsets that allow you to face challenges with confidence, bounce back from setbacks, and continually improve. Investing in personal development is a commitment to continuous growth. It means taking the time to reflect on your life, setting goals for personal growth, and seeking opportunities to improve in every area of your life. The process of personal development doesn't end, and there's always room for improvement. The more effort you put into becoming the best version of yourself, the more success will naturally follow. Another way to invest in yourself is by cultivating your network. Surrounding yourself with the right people can significantly impact your success. Successful people understand the power of relationships and are intentional about who they surround themselves with. When you invest in relationships with mentors, colleagues, and like-minded individuals, you create a support system that helps you grow. Networking opens doors to new opportunities, partnerships, and ideas that can help you advance in your career or personal life. However, investing in your network isn't just about what others can do for you, it's also about what you can offer them. Genuine relationships are built on mutual respect and support. When you invest time and effort into helping others and building strong relationships, you create a network of people who will be there for you when you need it most. Success doesn't happen in isolation, and by cultivating a strong network, you set yourself up for opportunities and growth. Finally, one of the most valuable investments you can make is in your mindset. Your mindset is the lens through which you view the world, and it determines how you react to life's challenges. If you have a growth mindset, you believe that you can improve and learn from your experiences. On the other hand, if you have a fixed mindset, you may believe that your abilities are set in stone and that failure is something to be avoided at all costs. A growth mindset opens the door to continuous improvement. It allows you to view challenges as opportunities to learn rather than threats to your success. This mindset shift is one of the most important investments you can make. When you change your mindset, you change the way you approach life, and you become more open to learning, growing, and seizing new opportunities. Investing in yourself is a decision that pays dividends in every area of your life. Whether it's through learning, emotional intelligence, physical health, personal development, or building relationships, every step you take to invest in yourself is an investment in your future success. The best part is that no matter where you are in life, it's never too late to start. The time to begin investing in yourself is now. Consistency is often regarded as the secret ingredient to long-term success. It's not the big dramatic moments that lead to achievement, but the small, consistent efforts made over time that yield lasting results. Success doesn't happen by chance or through short bursts of hard work. It's the result of maintaining discipline, making the right choices regularly, and taking steady action. Consistency ensures that your efforts compound over time, making what seems impossible in the beginning achievable in the long run. The first aspect of consistency is building a habit of showing up every day. Whether it's in your work, health, or personal development, success is built by consistently showing up and doing the work, even when you don't feel like it. There are going to be days when motivation is low, when obstacles seem insurmountable, and when the work feels tedious. But consistent action, even on those tough days, is what separates those who succeed from those who don't. It's easy to be enthusiastic at the start, but real success comes from the ability to stick with it even when things get difficult. Consistency also means that you don't let failure stop you. It's inevitable that you will face setbacks, but consistency allows you to bounce back and keep going. Instead of giving up when you don't see immediate results, consistency teaches you to keep going, to trust the process, and to learn from your mistakes. Each setback is an opportunity to refine your approach, adjust your strategy, and keep moving forward. The ability to maintain effort after failure is what builds resilience and strengthens your commitment to your goals. Over time, the small actions you take every day start to compound. This is where the power of consistency truly lies. Small positive habits repeated over time have an exponential effect. For instance, exercising for 30 minutes every day doesn't seem like much, but after a few months it leads to noticeable changes in your health and fitness. The same is true for your work. Small improvements made consistently in your skills, knowledge, and productivity lead to massive progress over time. The key is not to expect immediate results, but to trust that with each small effort, you are building momentum and moving closer to your goal. Another important aspect of consistency is patience. In a world where instant gratification is often sought, it's important to recognize that real success takes time. Whether you're building a business, growing your career, or improving yourself, the results won't come overnight, but consistency ensures that progress is happening, even when it's not immediately visible. The daily effort you put in may seem insignificant at first, but over time, these efforts build up and lead to something much greater. Patience is crucial because it helps you stay focused and continue putting in the work, even when immediate rewards are not forthcoming. Consistency is also about setting a standard and sticking to it. High achievers don't only do the bare minimum, they commit to excellence every day. This doesn't mean perfection, but it does mean consistently giving your best effort. By consistently holding yourself to a high standard, you set yourself up for long-term success. Inconsistent effort leads to mediocre results, but consistent, high-level effort leads to extraordinary outcomes. Excellence becomes a habit. And when it becomes part of your daily routine, you become known for your reliability, quality, and performance. Moreover, consistency breeds discipline. Discipline is the ability to do what needs to be done even when it's hard and even when you don't feel like it. It's the power to continue working towards your goals every single day, despite the distractions and the ups and downs of life. Discipline, like consistency, builds over time. The more you practice discipline, the easier it becomes to stay on course and stick to your commitments. The more consistent you are, the stronger your discipline becomes, and the less you have to rely on motivation to get things done. Consistency also helps with focus. When you are consistent in your efforts, you naturally build momentum, and momentum creates focus. By showing up every day and making incremental progress, your mind starts to align with your goals, and distractions become easier to ignore. It's easy to get sidetracked when you're not clear on your path or when you don't take consistent action. But by consistently working toward a specific goal, you eliminate the distractions that pull you off course and keep your eyes fixed on the finish line. It's important to note that consistency doesn't mean rigidity. Flexibility is also necessary, especially when you encounter unexpected challenges or new information. The key is to remain consistent in your commitment to your goals while being flexible in how you achieve them. If something isn't working, don't give up. Adjust your approach. The ability to adapt while maintaining a consistent focus on your goals is an invaluable skill. Flexibility allows you to stay on track and keep making progress even when the path forward isn't always clear. When consistency becomes ingrained in your life, it creates a powerful routine. Routines save you time, energy, and mental effort by making your actions automatic. Once your actions become habitual, you don't have to think about them as much, and you free up your mental energy for other important tasks. A well-established routine eliminates the need to motivate yourself every day because the habit becomes second nature. It's no longer about pushing yourself to get started. It's about maintaining the momentum you've already built. And lastly, consistency is a sign of commitment. When you commit to your goals and take consistent action, you show the world and yourself that you are serious about achieving them. It's easy to talk about your dreams, but it's consistency that turns those dreams into reality. Success is built by those who are willing to commit to their vision, to stay focused on their objectives, and to keep working day after day. The difference between someone who succeeds and someone who gives up is often their ability to stay consistent. Consistency is not just about effort. It's about focus, patience, discipline, and adaptability. It is the foundation on which all long-term success is built. Through consistent action, you develop habits that compound over time, build resilience in the face of challenges, and maintain the momentum necessary to achieve your goals. It's the small, consistent actions that lead to extraordinary results, and it's this daily commitment that sets successful people apart from the rest. In conclusion, success is not a result of a single moment of brilliance, but rather the product of consistent effort, patience, and discipline over time. By waking up each day with purpose, thinking with a mindset that attracts wealth, acting consistently toward your goals, and making the conscious decision to invest in yourself, you lay the foundation for lasting success. Each small, deliberate action compounds over time, bringing you closer to your dreams, even when immediate results aren't visible. The key is to remain steadfast, embrace the process, and trust that success will follow those who commit to the journey with unwavering consistency and dedication